You know what time it is. What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. If you stay to the end of this video, I will show you how to get one of these and some other cool stuff. So please hang tight, stay to the end of the video. Today we're tying a baitfish, flatwing kind of thing. You might remember last week I got my hands of some of this barred marabou here, and that really got my creative juices flowing, so to speak. And off the vise fell this little baitfish, which we'll be tying today, and I have really high hopes for this one. So let's jump down to my vise right here. I already have a hook mounted, so let's jump down to it and crank out this baitfish. So the hook here is the SA220 from Eric's Hooks, which is a hook I've been favoring a lot lately. It's just so versatile, and because of the coating and the slightly thick wire and a bigger eye, this is really great for a lot of species. So not only do I favor this hook a lot, I figured it would probably be the best all-round hook, or one of the best all-round hooks for you guys as well. These hooks were developed for tropical fishing, saltwater fishing, so they will withstand a lot of pressure, okay? So that's a little bonus there for you. Okay, so get a layer of thread going here. For the tail, I want some of this black barred marabou here, just a tiny bunch. Now these come on these marabou plumes, right? So they look like this. They are a little bit crinkly because they've been lying in my drawer for a long time. So I just cut off a small bunch like this, which will act as not only part of the tail, but also it will help the flat wings, or the feathers I will be tying in back here. It will kind of lift them up, so to stop them from tangling around the hook bend here. So it's not only for looks, it has a purpose as well, which is good. So get that on there like so. Then I want to take some of these so-called flat wings. Basically they are dry fly hackles. These are from whiting, and the exact name for this, for those of you asking, this is a barred medium ginger dry fly hackle. Okay, so now that's out of the way. Pluck two feathers out here. I don't want them too small. This fly is quite long. That's one. That's two. And the way this works on a neck like this, it is the smallest feathers will be up here, where the neck of the bird used to be. You can see it here, it's cut off. It's kind of disgusting actually, but that's how it is. So the smallest ones up here, and the biggest ones down here. And these are really great for pike flies and stuff like that. You can even bend it like this, and you can really see there is a lot of material on a patch like this. They are quite expensive, but there is for like 1,000 flies on this one. So they're expensive, but you get for a lot of flies. They last a long time. So two feathers here. I want in on top of the hook, slightly longer than the marabou there. Let's see if I can get this in one take. Just putting in a few loose wraps before tightening it down. And that turned out pretty good. So Let me just secure this. Very nice, like so. You might have to wiggle them around a little bit. So that's what I'm looking at. See them lying flat on the top there and slightly apart. When that's done, cut this off, you don't need that. Tighten this up a little bit. And then what I want to do is to kind of build up an underbody on the hook shank here. It doesn't need to be pretty, it's just to build up some bulk and really get that teardrop shape going. For that, I like to use this Senio's laser dot. Really great for that. It has the perfect thickness. It is quite long for this fly, so what I will do is I will just hold it out like this and then just trim it straight in half. Okay, so trim that, and this way you actually have twice as much. So, and then just rearrange that, pull off a small bunch like this, right? So get that around the hook loosely like this, and then just get in 2 or 3 loose turns like this before you pull it tight. And you can see it here, it will distribute that dubbing perfectly around the hook shank. And this forward facing part here, just flip that boat back over on itself and then just tie on top of that, or not on top of that, I'm sorry, in front of that, and build a thread dam, crossing it backwards like this. Then you want to advance your thread a little bit forwards, let's say 4 millimeters. Get some more dubbing. Let me just prepare so I have for the rest of the fly here. Align it, snip that in half. Remember to hydrate as you go along, it's very important. Okay, so let's get another bunch in here. Two to 3 loose turns. Tighten that down. If any of the fibers get trapped, just work with it a little bit. I think some of the dubbing landed in my glass of rum here. Again, flip it back over on itself. Make a little thread dam in front of it, so it will be forced backwards, like so. And you can always brush some of that out. Still haven't fixed the Velcro on this one. I wonder if I ever will, but who cares? It works. So here we go. You can kind of see it at this point. That teardrop shape is coming along nicely. So again, grab another bunch here. And if you really want to be nerdy with this, every time you take a bunch of dubbing, make sure that the amount you're putting on the hook is a little bit more than the previous one. And what that will do, it will gradually get thicker towards the hook eye. It's not a necessity, but if you're just a little bit like me, that's the way to do that, the easy way, and not have to worry too much about it. Okay, so same thing, build up that dam against the dubbing here. I think I want to tie in one bunch more here. I think I can crank one more in. 1, 2, 3. Pull that tight. Secure it. Flip this around. Get that thread through. And then just build up that dam against the dubbing. Remember to move forward a little bit, otherwise the thread will slip off. If you keep building up thread on the same spot. So here we go. Let's brush out that nice dubbing here before we do anything else. Like this. Plug out anything if it's a bit too long. And here you can really see it starting to take shape, right? So you could fish it like this if you wanted to. You could even make an entire fly out of just the dubbing. But I really like the look of this long tail here in the back, and it really adds a lot of movement to the fly. So at this point you want to make a dubbing loop. Make sure it's secured. Thread out of the way. And here is a cool new tool. I know these doesn't come out all that often, and when they do, they are kind of just the same as always. But this one here is a really cool one. I'm having trouble with the name though. Schman. Looks like this. And the cool thing about this one is you can open it like this. Okay, so it has this hook. I will make a shorts video for this one, but it opens like this, which really gives you a lot of control over your dubbing loop. And then let me just shortly explain why I'm doing it this way. Because the feather, if you look at it like this, if I were to tie in this feather in the stem here, you can see it's quite thick, and turn that around the hook, it will become way too bulky, and I wouldn't be able to get that many fibers in as in this way, and still keep it slim, and the finish of the fly, make that neat and all that stuff. So that's why I'm doing it in a dubbing loop. I've transferred a little bit of it into my material clamp here. Get it into the loop, just as close to the core of that loop as you dare. Push it down a little bit, distribute it. And this might even be way too much for the rest of the fly here, but then just spin that up. That is so satisfying to look at, right? So just brush out any trapped fibers here, because you want that core of the dubbing loop to be really thin, otherwise you won't be able to get as many turns in as you want. So just keep that in mind. And it is of course an extra step doing it this way. and it will take a little bit longer, but it will be worth it, I promise. All you need to be careful of is that you don't spin this too fast in the beginning, because it will trap a lot more fibers. You can see it here. I guess I got a little bit carried away with the new tool here, so it's looking good. Just a few more spins here, good measure. Transfer that to your material clamp if you have one. You can of course just get that around the hook with your spinner. I like doing it this way. And moisten your fingers a little bit, forcing these fibers backwards here, and then just get one turn in after the other, touching turns. And then just work with it as you go along. And with this, you could even tie in a few turns on top of each other. Doesn't matter, as long as you force these marabou fibers back for every turn. So there's too much on here, doesn't matter, just trim that off. It's obviously way better to have too much than too little. Secure that. A few wraps. Flip everything back over on itself to keep it out of the way. Get some turns in here before you snip off your dubbing loop here. And a way to do it, not to cut into your materials, is to let me flip this over so you can see it a little bit better. If you can see it, give me a sec here. Just rearrange these. So here you can see it. Don't clip into it, but open your scissors like this. Get that loop into it, and then just kind of wiggle that into the scissors like that. And that way you will cut off the thread without cutting into your materials. So just give it a brush through here. I'm sorry if I blew straight into your ear there. Clean up the fly. Again with a thread dam up against those fibers, and that way they will stay like that. See it here. Get a whip finish in here. Right, so this fly won't be getting any glue or stuff like that. You could, of course, but I think it looks way too classic, kind of like an intruder or something like that. It just looks too good as it is, so I won't be adding any eyes to this one. So here's the finished fly, and as promised, how to get one of these or one of these. It's another one here from Eric's Hooks. It has some hooks on the bottom there and a bull, and it says no more bull. Stickers, all sorts of things. In collaboration with Eric's Hooks, I have made a small merchandise store, I guess you could call it. There's some stickers, some cups, some koozies, some really cool beanies, and a lot of other stuff is coming. So please do give it a look on the link, which I will leave down below. There's some new Coastfly merchandise as well, some new hoodies, a really nice weatherproof jacket, or maybe not that weatherproof, it's rainproof, windproof. Have a look at it, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please make sure you do that. Hit the bell so you get notified whenever I upload new videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.